Chicago River winding its way through the heart of the Windy City. Our sight tonight. The Bulls play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it live for you right here from Chicago. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. On the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. First game of this trip here for the Blazers. They're hoping to start it off with a W. Looking at their performance last year, they're about where you'd expect them to be, guys. They'd like to take that next step in a positive direction here, Steve, with a win.
Kevin, you know, you always try and get that first game that starts a long road trip to kind of just put your group in the right frame of mind and build some early momentum.
And before the action gets going here, we'll go to Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who spoke with Terry Stotts. What's the news there, Dave?
Well, guys, he has an admiration for what he called the intelligent, efficient offense played by today's opponent. He told me that the thing about this team is that they are so good at identifying the weak spots in an opponent, and they come at you in multiple ways depending on where those weak spots are. He said, we've got to be ready for everything. It's pretty tall order. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. And Steve, when you played, what's different about early season basketball games versus games later on in the season?
You know, I think earlier you're trying to find your way. You're trying to get into the rhythm. You don't want to peak too fast. And then at the end of the year, you start to have it all come together. You want to steamroll right into the playoffs.
I would think for a player and for a team, peaking at the right time is the most difficult thing to accomplish.
Yeah, sometimes you get off to a great start. You're saying, can we hold this?
Yeah.
But if you're the Warriors, they held serve throughout the entire season.
73 times.
Yes.
You're right, yeah, for an NBA record. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Lillard and McCollum, the explosive backcourt pair. Harkless is out there with Aminu, and it's Plumlee in at the 5 down low. For Chicago, they won their last contest, that game against the Trail Blazers in Portland.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Their offense came fairly easy to them out there. The D wasn't rushing them to do anything, and because of that, they made a lot of smart, calculated decisions that turned into easy points.
And that one's good by Butler.
Nice job by Butler. Really worked on the catch-and-shoot jump shot, getting it off a little bit quicker. When you think of the best as far as two-way players, Jimmy Butler is one of the first names that comes to mind. Great blend of offense and defense. Gives you effort on both sides of the ball every night.
Now here's Harkless. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Aminu misses. On defense, the Trailblazers outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Yeah, they just really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game. You could just see they were pressing, just couldn't get anything to go on the offensive side of the ball.
They weren't taking what the defense was giving them. Instead, they forced a lot of low percentage shots, which is why they lost.
And for Butler, his effort is something that never comes into question, Steve. He is a competitor.
You have guys that compete on the offensive end, but when you love a guy that does it at the same type rate on the defensive end, he's a two-way player, but one of the best we've seen.
Yeah, great look, but disappointing with the miss.
Yeah, but he has to take that shot 10 out of 10 times. It was right there for him.
Baseline jumper. No good from Gibson. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. 50 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Lillard from outside. Lillard again missing.
Couldn't have been more wide open on that one.
Butler kicks to Gibson. Aminu grabs the miss.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense did give up on that play and cut him off.
Inside. Harkless with it. Gibson on him. Harkless kicks to Lillard. 5 on the clock. And it's Lillard again missing. The Bulls leading by 4. Rondo dishes to Butler. Gibson the screen. Butler passes to Rondo. Shoots from the high post, and the shot goes in. Rondo's got his first 2 points. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's the Bulls up 6. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Yeah, they were in total lockdown mode there. Can they keep it up for their entire game? It remains to be seen.
Chicago leading. Here are the five Portland has to start the second quarter. We've got Davis. Vonleh is out there with Evan Turner. Then it's Allen Crabbe. And it's Lillard in at the 1 spot. Now, here's Grant. Pass to Portis. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
Bobby Portis, the Arkansas product. I just love his game. What he does best, he's very physical, but he has the ability to step out with a finesse game to knock down some jump shots.
And Portis has shown flashes of just how good he can be in a short time in the NBA, has the potential to be like a do-it-all power forward, and how he can shoot, move, and he creates for others.
When you watch him, his body size, you say power forward. He'll be down in the paint. He loves to do that, but he has the ability, like you say, off the dribble and to create for himself, and he can knock down the jump shot.
Here's Cannon, following the score by Damian Lillard. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That is his first foul of the game. Trailblazers trail by 7. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Now Crabbe. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Chicago. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And it's Lillard again missing.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Because he's really good defending all the way out to the three-point line.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. The Bulls leading by 7. Down low, here's Portis, and easy 2 points on the layup. Portis has got 5 points now in the quarter. And in a lot of ways, the game today is not as rough as it was back when you played, Steve, in the 90s. But when you look at the current players, and I'm sure you've got a couple names, who are the most physical players you see in the league now?
Let's start with the point guard position. I like Chris Paul, Patrick Beverly. The 2-guard position, Tony Allen's very physical. Matt Barnes, Jay Crowder. Power forward, Draymond Green. Zach Randolph is a physical guy.
Isn't he tough?
Steven Adams, he's shown that he's pretty tough. Those are some of the names I'm throwing out right there.
In his day, Kendrick Perkins at that center position. In fact, Oklahoma City got him just for that reason alone.
Yeah, you got some guys
to intimidate.
To intimidate, yes, for sure.
Now here's Lillard. He's coming off a 19-point game against Chicago. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Honestly, I don't know how they cut into that lead with him missing so many shots.
Nice shot by Portis.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Plumlee is checked in for Noah Vonleh. Aminu comes in for Evan Turner. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Damian Lillard. Here's Crabbe. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. That one goes in.
Beautiful looking teardrop. That's a shot that almost impossible to block.
The Bulls leading by 9. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Rondo kicks to Gibson. Lopez sets a screen for Rondo. Here's Wade. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Wade's got the lead up to 11 now for the Bulls.
And Dwayne Wade will do work on you from the mid-range if you let him.
Plumlee with the screen, and here's McCollum for 3. It's good from long range. McCollum's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. And so that brings the first half to a close. Bulls lead by 8. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Dwayne, is defense the area of emphasis in the second half?
That's what's going to win this game for us. You know, it's a good offensive team. We can't give them second chance points. We can't come out in the second half and turn the ball over. So if we're going to win, it's going to be on the defensive end.
Yes, you have to keep them one and done. Thanks, Dwayne. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jets. Chicago holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They have a solid 8-point lead. All right, Big Diesel, your take.
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie. They were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots. Did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
And Kenny, what did you see from Portland?
I'd really like to see them attack the rim a little bit more. Change the game up, man. Generate some more easy baskets. Part of the reason they're behind is because they've been outclassed inside. They haven't been able to drive the ball, dish the ball. They need to pound it in the paint more if they want to win this basketball game.
And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back underway. Let's send it back to Kevin Harlan and crew. They are standing by courtside.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Taj Gibson is out there with Robin Lopez. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Wade in at the shooting guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Back to Lopez. Plumlee with the steal. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Lillard against Rondo. Aminu dishes to Lillard. Steve, growing up in Michigan, playing for the Spartans of Michigan State, I know you admired, I know you idolized the terrific Magic Johnson. Standing 6'7", 6'8", you even drew some comparisons. Who in today's NBA do you think reminds you most of Magic now?
You know, I would say there's so many guys, but I would say Sean Livingston a little bit, Draymond Green, Kyle Anderson, we call him slow-mo. But I would probably say right now, Draymond Green, kind of the same size, play the same way, and also he went to Michigan State as well.
Yeah, there's another Spartan for you. Tom Izzo does a pretty good job, doesn't he?
He's all right.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it was controversial in Chicago, but the Bulls hired Fred Hoiberg to replace Tom Thibodeau. Hoiberg played for a decade in the NBA, and at Iowa State, he was the fastest coach in school history to reach 100 wins. In Chicago, guys, it seems he's loosened the reins a bit, giving the players a little more leeway to shoot with confidence and air it out offensively.
The players have responded. Thanks, David. And here's Rondo after Damian Lillard was able to get the three to go. Rondo kicks to Butler, and it's Wade in the corner. Shot clock at 5, and stolen by Lillard. Drops in the breakaway layup. Lillard's got 7 points in the game.
It's impossible to stop him. You can only hope to contain him.
Lillard against Rondo. Lopez, a screen on Lillard. Lopez right side. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Plumlee.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Yeah, questionable. But it almost got through. It's probably a quick bucket if it did.
Mirotic is checked in for Lopez. And Portland with a change here, too. Davis is checked in for Mason Plumlee. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Wade. Nice jump shot from the top of the key.
You can throw everyone and everything at Wade, but sometimes it doesn't matter.
And Lillard kicks to McCullough. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Back to Lillard. This one for 3. The rebound by Gibson.
He just looks uncomfortable offensively, really over the course of the whole game, and it's killing his team.
Butler passes to Gibson. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. And now a 7-point Bulls lead.
A beautiful ball movement by Jimmy Butler, constantly looking to set up his guys.
Oh, he had him spinning. He looks like he's dizzy after that crossover.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. It's Chicago up 5. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Be strong with your post-ups. Be strong with your drives to the basket. Go up and knock down shots. But I'm telling you, it's not about this end. All right? We're letting this end affect what we do down there.
Trying to balance things out a little bit better. Terry Stotts wants to see aggressiveness on both ends.
Yeah, trading baskets is the last thing on his mind right now. He wants a full commitment from all 5 guys over this next stretch.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, Myers Leonard is out there with Mo Harkless. Then it's Turner. Then it's Plumlee. And it's Crabb in at the 2 spot. Now here's Turner. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. McDermott kicks to Grant. Mirotic the screen. Turner against Grant. McDermott, no one around him. Off target with his 3. Trailblazers trail by 5. Crabb in the corner. Puts up a 3. That falls. Nice speed that time from Turner. Crabb's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Trailblazers. Grant kicks to Cannon. At the top of the key, Mirotic. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. Just 5 on the clock. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And for Portland, they're shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Turner. Here's Plumlee, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. So for the Bulls, Robin Lopez is checked in for Bobby Portis. Dwayne Wade comes in for Cannon. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Grant. Al Farouk Aminu He's checked in for the Trailblazers. Lillard comes in for Evan Turner.
Not only ties it up with the hoop, but puts them in front now with the free throw. That could be the play of the game if they come out on top.
Now here's Rondo. Dishes it to Lopez. Aminu grabs the miss. Aminu's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Grab, no good.
Really bad mental lapse by the defense, yet he did not make them pay, surprisingly.
Wade kicks to Mirotic. He dishes it to Rondo. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Chicago making some changes. Taj Gibson's checked in for Mirotic, and it's Butler in for Doug McDermott. And Portland with a change here too. McCollum's checked in for Alan Crabb. .59 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
See, that's a good look from within his range. You know he's kicking himself for missing it.
Harkless kicks to Aminu. 3 on 3. Here's Butler. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
The difference is he wanted it. There was no way he was letting anybody else take that shot.
That free throw good from Butler.
He thrives in these big moments. He's always ready to help put the game away.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're down by 2. 44 seconds left in the fourth. Catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He said we've got to pick it up right here, right now. If we're going to win this game, we have to take control. This is the time. Kevin.
Now, here's Lillard. Wade outside. Butler in the corner. Inside, it's stolen by Aminu.
And it's still within reach.
Maybe, but they are hanging on by a thread. They need to make good on every possession. Terrific court awareness to hit his teammate with a perfect pass in transition.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Rondo. Gibson the screen. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Regulation is ended and we're heading to overtime. And we'll be back right after this. Well, if you're just joining us, this one has been a great one. We've got overtime action now, folks. And it's going to be the Trailblazers off the tip. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So the Bulls 5 right now. Here it's Edge at the power forward with Lopez in the middle. Rajon Rondo is out there with Dwayne Wade. And it's Butler in at small forward. And here is Butler after Damian Lillard was able to get the three to go. Rondo dishes to Butler to the inside. Lopez. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
And that soft touch of Lopez makes things easy for him down there.
And here is Crabbe. That's a 2 from Lillard, and it comes off the front of the rim.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
On that play, you gotta trust your teammates. Instead of forcing that one, just pass it.
Now here's Butler. To the middle, deflects the pass. Plumlee with the steal. Here's Harkless. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. And there's the foul. We'll go on Mo Harkless. That'll be his second foul of the game. Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. Chicago calls timeout. They're losing by 1. 50 seconds left in the first overtime. Butler. Lopez a screen for 3. It's good from beyond the arc.
You need a big basket, you turn to Jimmy Butler. He's the first option in their offense.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're down by 2. 43 seconds left in overtime. Three-pointer, Lillard. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Great D that time from Rondo. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Here's Butler. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
He has really embraced his role as a leader on this squad. Jimmy Butler has a defensive mindset, but also the leadership is starting to play into it.
Gets the first, and that makes it a three-point lead. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a four-point ball game.
Nice job extending the lead and making this a two-possession game now.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're behind by 4. We've got 28 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Away, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wade. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And Plumlee kicks to Crabbe, and it's going to be a 3-second call. McCollum's checked in for Allen Crabbe. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
It's the first, and that puts them up by 5.
You know, Rondo takes great pleasure at slicing and dicing up the defense. One of the best passers in the game.
And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good. McCollum with the ball. Three-pointer, Lillard. Buries it. And he has brought them to within 2 points. Tries to save it. From 11 feet away. No good. With the second effort, it's good. A huge shot to tie it up.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
And you can see one team is working hard on the glass and the other not.
Butler. Oh, off target. Another tie, and we're going to have a second overtime from the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. Another overtime period here. We've got more terrific basketball coming your way right now. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Now McCollum. Plumlee with the screen. That's a 2 from Lillard. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
He had all the room he needed to get the shot off. Just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Here's Rondo. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. Kicks to Lillard. Out to the wing. Plumlee, the pass to Harkless. Portland moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. Rondo with the steal. In the corner. Doesn't go either for Butler. Portland's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Lillard against Rondo. They get a hand on it and out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Chicago calls timeout. Butler dishes to Rondo. Gibson the screen. Rondo kicks to Butler. Unable to get that one.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Here's Harkless. Yes, and the foul. Taj Gibson picks one up.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
That's good from Harkless. And here is Butler.
And overtime has come down to this. They need at least 2 points or you can kiss this baby goodnight.
And they double up Butler. To the inside. Lopez passes to Rondo. Poke loose. Pocket 6. Connects. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Rondo showing once again that championship pedigree. Someone came to play.
And now we've got the intentional foul. drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
You have to admire how calm he is under pressure at the free throw line in a key situation.
Chicago calls timeout. They trail by 3. 9 seconds left in the second overtime period, and here we are. What do you think, guys?
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to go for the 3. A quick, easy bucket inside will do.
You know, the last thing you want to do is force something up here. Take what the defense gives you and go from there.
The dish to Gibson to the left wing. Got a piece of it and stolen by Lillard. Good.
And with that speed, once he took off, the D just had no chance of getting back.
Why waste all that energy? No one was going to catch him. A superstar scorer like Wade is always dangerous down the stretch.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. A double overtime game can really take its toll on the players, and after this one, the officials, the fans, everyone's going to have to take a needed rest.
No doubt. I mean, when you have to dig that deep and play with that much determination to get a win, it was earned, and I tell you what, they've got to feel really good about themselves for fighting through.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now we move on to our Jordan. Damian Lillard. Everything his team asked of him, he delivered, which obviously isn't a surprise, but that makes it no less a beautiful thing to watch.
It's amazing to me the load he shouldered offensively. I have to give it up to him. The energy he played with and the stamina. We're talking about a guy who scored over half his team's points tonight.
Well, this game was the slump buster he's been waiting for. He's been going through a tough stretch here lately. Not up to his usual standards, but he got back to it tonight, and he was terrorific. That's right, terrorific.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew, all 653,000 of them.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
Yeah. It's a long line at the buffet, though.
Yeah. Shout out to the T-Pose, man.
Oh,
yes. I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.